Hi YouTube, please give me a moment while I connect to Facebook. We'll be getting started shortly. And I think we should be live on Facebook. Hi everybody, welcome to the Strategic Swing Trader weekly broadcast. I am Sami Abu Saad, Director of Education at T3 Live. Hope you're doing well. We're going to go over the market, and then we'll go over some swing ideas for this upcoming week. Before we start, as always, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss is for educational purposes only. If you'd like to download a copy of my free ebook, link for that is in the description below. I've also, in the description of the video, I dropped the list that I'm about to go over, and it's an expanded list. I put in a bunch more ideas that I actually like, but I always like to narrow it down to a handful. In this case, maybe at the most about a dozen long ideas and about a handful, 5 or 6 short ideas. But before we go over that, I want to say I appreciate you tuning in, and if you find benefit in today's video, please be sure to hit the like button. If you have any questions for us, reach out by emailing info@t3live.com. Again, info@t3live.com. All right, here we go. Market start off with the market, and the market actually looks a little bit lower. We may have topped out. It's hard to say because we're still in an uptrend, but don't forget the Qs is up like 35% on the year. So we may have reached the upper limit. I mean, how much more can the Qs go? I don't know. But we may have topped out. It's not easy to tell at all because this wasn't a dramatic move up, a climactic move up. This wasn't a dramatic top, nothing special about it. And we are pretty close to the 20 MA, the rising 20 period moving average on the daily chart. So it's not an easy call, but I do think we are lower. Now, I'm going to say we're lower unless we can take out would be 366.33 on the Qs. Bare minimum would be Friday's high, which was 364.88 on the Nasdaq. On the Qs. On the SPY, it's even weaker. The SPY would really have to take out 436.99, so 437 before I can turn bullish. Otherwise, I'm considering this to have been the top for now, and that we are lower for the time being. In terms of how much downside do we have, initially we don't have a lot, like to 430 on the SPY, that rising 20 on the daily. The Qs, I mean, maybe 455 or so. So we don't have a lot of room. But if we drop from here, what might end up happening is we might go sideways and then roll over in a couple weeks. Too early to say, okay? We don't know yet. So we'll have to wait and see. But I think for this week, we are going to be lower unless I told you the market overtakes that 20, reclaims that 20 MA on the hourly chart, and we take out the resistance, which mostly is last Thursday's high. If we can take it out, I'll be back to bullish, okay? So that's kind of my take on the market. In terms of the ideas, here's what I got. I have ADTN daily buy setup, like it higher over 1008, stop under 977. That's about a 35 cent stop. Target 1 would be the prior high. Target 2, plenty of room, okay? AUR is more off the weekly chart, I think. So it's got like a 1, 2, 3, 4 on the weekly. Like it higher over 250, stop under 199 on the AUR. Okay. CD doesn't look that great, but when you consider that this is Chinese and the China stocks last week collapsed, if you look at the FXI, or the yen is the leverage ETF for the FXI. So those really dropped. Believe me, I know because I was in them. So, and a lot of the China stocks. So CD didn't budge at all. So I like it higher over 732, stop under 713. Okay, it's not, I don't love the chart, but I do like the relative strength. DoorDash has been just in a beautiful uptrend. It got a little bit sloppy recently, but I wouldn't touch it unless it cleared all that sloppiness. So I like it higher over $74. Stop under, I would say, 71.22, or even safer would be under 70.39 on the DoorDash. DVAX. DVAX is a daily base breakout. Let's take a look at the hourly. Hourly also looks good. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly is a 1, 2, 3. So I like it higher over 13.15. Stop under 12.50. And to tell you the truth, the target is about $16, $17. So it's got a good amount of room to move up on the DVAX. Like it. EXEL. Remember I showed you on the DVAX 1, 2, 3 pattern on the weekly. The EXEL has also a 1, 2, 3 pattern, but on the daily time frame. So like it higher over 2011. Target 1, I don't know what the target is. Would have to look at the weekly. I guess target 1, that's 2040. That's not much at all. So the target is going to be about $22 on the EXEL. Like it a lot. Target $22. FTNT is a daily buy setup. So the entry would be over 72.30. Stop under 70.15 on the FTNT. Beautiful. INTC, I played it the week before last. Long, and then it was looking good, and then it collapsed a little bit. So if it takes out 32, I'll be out. Okay. But if it takes out 32.50, I think, let's see, 32.45. So let's say 33.50 with a stop under 32. I will look to add to the position. It's a daily buy setup. I don't like the wide range red bars when the stock is coming in. That means, you know, this pullback wasn't just normal profit taking. So it, you know, the stock would have normally have a hard time going back up, but we'll see. The crypto stuff, stocks all look higher. I got MSTR on the chart. So over here, long, stop right there under the red bars low. But I mean, it's not just MSTR. Bitfarms looks good. It triggered already though on Thursday or Friday. Looks good, not too late. HUT also triggered already. I mean, Mara looks really good also. Like it higher over 13.10, stop under 11.14. So, you know, I'm in the BITO, ETHE, and GBTC. I'm in all three. BITO, I have 4,000 shares. GBTC and ETHE, 2,500 shares each. So, because I'm predicting that the Bitcoin monthly sell setup will fail. Okay. So that's why I'm bullish on cryptocurrency. So again, I like MSTR, I like HUT, Bitfarms, and Mara. Those would be my top 4 from the crypto stocks. I like SHOP on a daily buy setup. I like it higher over 64.85, stop under 61.84. So it's a $3 stop on. Stop would be under 61.50. So entry would be over 64.85. Stop would be under 61.50. Okay. I also like Snapchat, but it triggered and came in on Friday, so I would say only over the topping tail, which is 11.15. I believe 11.15. Yes, it is. Stop under 10.15. Is that right? So it's a $1 stop. Okay, on the Snapchat. Why do I like it? Because of the monthly, the weekly. Weekly is a base breakout. Monthly looks like it probably could rally to here easily. Okay, so that's in Snapchat. SWK is a daily buy setup, so I like it higher over Friday's high, which is 88.20. Stop under Friday's low, 86.11. Uber, I played it on the breakout and it looked really picture perfect, and then it gave me that 1, 2, 3 pattern. Once it took out that doji bars low, I killed it. I'm looking to re-enter, but only if it takes out the top of the base with a stop under 41.77. Okay, on the Uber, like it a lot. So those are some a handful of long ideas. I have more in the description if you want to check them out. Here's some of the short ideas that I like. I like CSTL. It triggered already on Friday, but I like it still under 1250. Stop over 1355. Okay, and target about 10, maybe even lower. Maybe even 925. Ericsson is a 1, 2, 3 short under $5. Stop over 513 on the Ericsson. NVCR is a weekly 1, 2, 3. Looks perfect, but it's going to be a big stop. So short under Friday's low, under last week's low, stop under the previous week's low. So the prior, so 47.80, and then the entry is under 40.50, 41.50. So it's a big stop, but it looks really good. The UFPT is getting a little bit climactic. So short under this bar's low, which is 189. Stop over 196.31 and target the rising 20. I shorted the JBL on Thursday. I think it's the same exact pattern, but I like the JBL more. Up, and then it looks a little toppy. Short under that bar's low, stop above the high, and I'm in it. Hopefully gets down to the rising 20. Okay, the same here, but I didn't like it as much. I still don't like it as much, but hopefully rolls over. And then UNFI is a daily base breakdown or a weekly 1, 2, 3. So short under 1960, stop over 22 or stop over 21. I would say 21 is sufficient. Doesn't need to be given that much room, I don't think, on the UNFI. And lastly, the ZLAB. Look at that beautiful 1, 2, 3 on the weekly. Unfortunately, I didn't do it. It triggered already. I was bullish on the China stocks, so I didn't want to. This is Chinese, so I didn't want to short anything China related. It triggered, and it now looks lower. Sort of has a 1, 2, 3 on the daily. So I like it under the whole number, $25, with a stop over 26.15 on the ZLAB. Okay, so I think this upcoming week is going to be key, and if we continue lower, then this top that we set last week will prove to be probably more than just a short-term top. That's what I think, but. This is what's exciting about the market, is that you never know for sure. You're always having to analyze and be objective, of course, and make adjustments. You can never just have one bias and then just forget about it. You know what I mean? As an investor, as a trader, you always have to continuously analyze and make your assessment, and then obviously trade accordingly. So it's always the same. There's only two directions, up and down, but it's always different, which keeps it, I guess, exciting. All right, I hope you have a great I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great trading week next week. If you have any questions for us, reach out by emailing info@t3live.com. I'm Sami Abu Saad with T3 Live. Good trading, everybody. Take care.